Damn, we got our first win in 10 years, feels good. Zach LaVine with a 30-piece, as he really should. Damn, I feel like Debo, 29 from Midi. Westbrook, 12 and 10 off the bench, feeling really giddy. Feel like I'm running the show, call me Dennis Schroe. So Bonus owns Mal Turner, that's his little bro.
Welcome back to the Kang Gang Pod. This is episode number 68. The Kings just got the win for the first time in 10 years on the road in Milwaukee. Let's freaking go.
Let's go, baby. Beam is up. That I will say, that is our best game this year, and it was not even close. We beat one of the best teams in the East, arguably one of the best teams in the East, who, with Ryan Rollins, Giannis, AJ Green, Miles Turner, just a bunch of shooters, and we got it done.
We just got to give it up for the boys tonight because they fought back from 15 down. We were not supposed to win this game from the looks of the first quarter. I mean, we did not. The Bucks won on a 21-6 run to start the game, and I know I was thinking it. I bet you were thinking it too. I'm sure every fan at home was thinking it like, oh God, this November gauntlet is real. Like it's getting to the players. Like this is where the downfall starts, but it's not going to start today.
Nope.
We're going to enjoy this win because wow, everyone down the line, our entire starting lineup. Hey, shouts out Dylan Cardwell for getting the start tonight. But you know what's just so incredible? We matched to play Milwaukee, and then in the second half, we're like, no, let's go back to our 4-guard lineup, and that's what won the game.
It did, and honestly, like I said earlier, we're not apologizing for wins in this league. You know, you never apologize for a good win against a really good team in Milwaukee, and I really liked it. You could tell that Doug Christie was trying out something with Dylan Cardwell in that double big, and it didn't really work because Milwaukee was shooting the lights out in that first quarter. But then adjusting to that 4-guard lineup kind of worked in their favor because they were able to get by. Like Dennis Schroeder had many opportunities where he got into the paint with ease against that Milwaukee defense. Same with Russell Westbrook, same with Zach LaVine, same with DeMar DeRozan. The pick and roll between Sabonis and Dennis and Russ worked really well today too. So you can see that there was a lot of really good things that happened in this game, and going small can really be a beneficiary against a team that isn't really one of the better perimeter defenders in defensive teams. That's kind of what Milwaukee's weakness was watching this game, was they couldn't really guard the pick and roll or guard anything that the Kings were driving. Anytime that they penetrated, it just felt like it was kind of easy for them too, even though we couldn't guard anybody, especially in that first half either. But I think this was a really good game for the Kings to really show that they could beat one of the really good teams in the NBA in Milwaukee.
I think the Kings needed this win so bad for the morale because obviously the morale was down. This was such a statement win because the odds were stacked against us tonight. We were not supposed to go out and win this game, and especially with how that first quarter went. Milwaukee making 8 threes. I mean, I said on the last pod, we got to watch out for AJ Green because that guy is a sniper, and right off the gate, that guy was just lighting it up. They went 8 for 13 in the first quarter. But you know how we countered? We countered by getting to the free throw line. And that's something that we've been struggling with this season, is not getting enough attempts from the free throw line. We were complaining in that Laker game how they got 46, 48, I can't remember.
Something like that.
They shot so many free throws, and tonight we shot 40 free throws. That's the 5th largest free throw attempts in Kings franchise history. Like,
it's pretty good.
Like, this is what being a Laker fan is like. This is what it's like to be a team. I mean, it's so great to see what it's like when everyone is doing their part. And down the line, everyone played their role. I mean, it was spectacular to see. And I'm very excited right now. Let's just break it down. So yeah, obviously the Bucks, they went on that 21-6 run. It was 15-2 in the first 3 minutes. I'm like, oh God, here we go again. But LaVine stepped up, Sabonis stepped up, and DeRozan stepped up. They all took kind of brought us within striking distance in that first quarter. Obviously, not good. We allowed Milwaukee to score 47 points in the first quarter. I thought they were going for 50. With the way they were shooting the ball. But LaVine had 12 points, Sabonis had 7 points, 4 assists, and then DeRozan added 7 as well. So our big three did what they needed to do to kind of keep us within 11 points going into that second quarter. But basically, another part that helped was just us getting to the line, because we shot 9 for 10 from the free throw line in the first quarter, which was huge. And they shot 5 for 6, and we only made 1 3. So they made 8 threes and we only made 1, so 24-3 differential on the 3-point line. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, everyone watching that game, seeing how Milwaukee scored 47, we should have been down 20 plus, and we found a way to stay within striking distance. What did you see? Biggest takeaways from
Well, I think the biggest takeaway was we got to the penalty in the first half, in that first quarter, right?
I think there was 5 minutes.
Yeah, we were 5-minute mark. Yeah, in the 5-minute mark, we, like you said, 9 for 10. If I'm looking at this game, that's 10 free throws, and basically that tells me that even if you're not a box scorer, even if you didn't watch this game, and we're just like, hey, minding your business, you say 9 for 10, that is getting to the line and getting to that penalty mark. So we were forcing Milwaukee in trouble very early. The biggest thing that I also noticed, that we matched their physicality, and we got them under their skin very quickly. In that first quarter, Bobby Portis and Sabonis were pretty much getting into it.
Let's reenact it.
Let's do it. So who do you want to be?
I'll be Sabonis.
Okay. So I'll be Bobby Portis, and I'll be like, so what happened was Sabonis trips, and then...
But then on the next play, Sabonis is like this, and then Bobby does what?
Just bumps in.
No, he shoved him.
He shoved him, yeah. He shoved. Yeah.
And then they did this.
They did this, and then he put the finger right here.
Squared up.
This squared up like this.
Sabonis was standing on business.
Sabonis was standing on business. This was Bobby Portis' finger in front of Sabonis' face.
And then Russ Westbrook, being the freaking mediator, the energy guy, he said...
Get out of here.
Get that out of here.
Get out of here. Get that out of here.
He said, we don't have time for this.
Nah.
But that kind of was the beginning of Milwaukee's downfall, because that was the first technical foul early on in the game, and they finished the game with 4. Cole Anthony, he ended up getting ejected with two technical fouls, and then Gary Trent had a technical foul, and I was like, so everyone was just on Milwaukee's side. I don't know what was in their soup this morning, but the refs were after him. But like RT said, we're not apologizing for a win. We're not apologizing.
No.
I mean, that's not the reason why we won. Obviously, that ended up helping. But I think that just kind of rattled them early on. Mm-hmm. Like, that was kind of out of pocket for Bobby to kind of... I don't know. But we don't know the full story. We don't know the full story. We're not reading into the... we're not reading into the gossip. But, I mean, what was that? What was that? We don't know.
Dude, I mean,
but don't you agree? That kind of like flipped the switch for us.
I think it's flipped the switch too.
Fired us up a little bit.
And then it also worked on the opposite side too, because after that, Milwaukee went really cold the rest of the game from shooting until the fourth quarter, where Kyle Kuzma kind of took over. But we'll jump into the fourth quarter later. But my God, like, how much of a paradox, like getting into an argument. We don't really see the Kings really getting into like fights and being gritty.
This was the first time we had like a gritty, and I think it's all Russell Westbrook. I think that's such an underrated thing that he could bring to your team, because he had that play with Bobby, how he broke it up, but then later in the game with Giannis, oh my God, that fired me up. I was like, because like no one wants to. I mean, like when you see Giannis driving to the rim, it's like get out the way, right? But Westbrook goes and ties him up, and then he takes him all the way down to the baseline, still holding onto the ball, talking his talk. And I'm like, this is what we need. Like, this is like the Kings have needed this for a very, very, very long time. And if Westbrook is willing to bring that energy every single game, which he has so far, I don't know. I think that is only going to help us out.
Exactly. And I think also what kind of is interesting, it's like I thought of this in my head, but I always think about when during that Beam Team year where Trey Lyles and Bobby Portis were also getting into...
And
Brooke Lopez. Yeah. So it's like the one team I feel like they fight with the most is the Milwaukee Bucks for some reason.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Maybe it's because we got Robin Lopez from them for that brief moment of time. Maybe that's the
for
reason.
Cash considerations.
Maybe the cash considerations was what
I think Giannis was very upset about his cash considerations,
it's
because
not like we took
he wanted the 50 nuggets. He wanted those 50 nuggets probably.
Also, in the last episode, we were saying if we could hold Giannis to under 40, that's a win. We held the man to 26 points.
Let's go.
That's a major win.
Huge win.
Major win. Yeah, and I don't know if he's like injured or anything, but Milwaukee was kind of being a little bit stingy with his minutes. Like, he rested for a good chunk in that second quarter. I don't know why, but
he was out on Thursday too.
Yeah, so maybe they were just kind of being careful, but dude, I don't know. holding Giannis at 26 points is pretty spectacular.
It's pretty good.
I mean, he almost had a triple-double with 26, 11, and 8, but he didn't drop 40 on us or more when
Nope.
He's very, very capable of doing that. Moving into the second quarter, I got to show love to my guy. The eulogy. Guys, hashtag the eulogy in the comments. RT and Johnny they don't want to accept it, but the backup center on our team is Drew Eubanks, a.k.a. the eulogy. And I think the eulogy had his best game of the season with 10 points, 5 for 6 from the field. He had 2 great plays to start off the second quarter. Yes, it's all about the eulogy. Drew Eubanks, he had his best Costa Kufis impression. This is one of my favorite moments of the game. And I think this is what also energized us to come back. Miles Turner was guarding him. He just does a nice little baby hook, splash. And I threw up my U's. I threw them up because Eubanks, the eulogy, he's here to stay. And then on the next play, alley-oop dunk from Mr. U. So I think that kind of started us off pretty hot. I mean, we were down by 11 going into it, but that definitely helped. And then going into the 4-minute mark, we cut the lead to 3, which was huge because we were obviously down by double digits the whole game. But yeah, in that second quarter, we brought the game back within 1. We outscored the Bucks 34-24. DeRozan, he was kind of our lightning in the bottle in that second quarter. He had 12 points. But what did you see? What did you see from that second quarter? Like, why do you think the Bucks let their foot off the gas, or was it just the Kings hit and accelerate?
I mean, it's a mix of both, but I think also you saw in this game, and especially that second quarter, we were moving the ball extremely well. I think there were just multiple times where our offense just was really, really humming. And a lot of it was we were also getting a lot of second chance points in that first half too. So Sabonis was definitely a big factor of that. I think the other thing that was really, really big was we went on fast break. Because in that first quarter, Milwaukee outscored us 12-0 on fast break points. So we had to play fast and counter that on their own. Another underrated performance in that second quarter was Dennis Schroeder.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis Schroeder had a really, really underrated second quarter. One, he was driving into consistent spots. You saw him distributing the ball. And that's kind of why, like, Dennis Schroeder, we signed him to be our floor general to get offense quickly, because in that first quarter, we were kind of like, oh, man, here we go again. Step, slow, Schro. But he made it up. We don't
like calling him that. We don't want him to be step, slow, Schro on defense, but we kept joking during the game. We're like, he was step fast, on offense. On offense. He was blowing by defenders. Mm-hmm. It was great. It was great to see.
It's so funny. We're going to have to edit that out, and just like any diehard King Gang pod listeners are going to be like, when we talk about Schro and slow step Schro, that's going to be bleeped out, and like, they're doing it again.
Well, I mean,
that's just me being funny though.
He'll be slow step Schro on defense unless he picks it up. So we're just holding him accountable.
Yep.
But on offense,
like anybody else.
On offense, he's been great. Offense, he's been, I mean, in the past couple, except for last game, but 4 out of the 5 or 5 out of the 6 games, he's been pretty. I mean, he's been pretty great on offense. So yeah, he had 12 points, 5 assists in that first half. DeRozan, 19 points, 8 for 11 from the field. Zach LaVine, 18 points. He made 3 3-pointers. Sabonis was 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And this is another huge point. The Bucks were not shooting well. Like obviously they got off to a red hot start from 3. They only went 1 for 7 from the 3-point line in the second quarter.
Right.
So I think that was just, we had better perimeter defense, we had better presence, or maybe they just weren't hitting. It's hard to stay that red hot for 4 quarters straight, and they finally slowed down. And I think that was another reason why we outscored them by 10 points. But yeah, their bench was kind of killing us tonight with Bobby Portis and Kuzma. They outscored us 20-8 in the first half. Our bench scoring only came from Russell and the eulogy. So we didn't really have much crazy production from the bench tonight, whereas the Bucks, they outscored us tremendously from the bench tonight with 48 points in total. But what did you see from how we were able to counteract with our second unit, and how, because we had Nick Clifford back today, we even threw in a Maxime Reynaud combo out there. I mean, yeah. So what did you think? Even though they didn't like produce on the scoring end, like what did you see from them on slowing things down?
Well, I think the biggest thing, right, is Milwaukee had 0 turnovers in that first quarter, but as soon as that second unit came out, we were forcing turnovers left and right. And that's how we got back into this game, was allowing to speed up Milwaukee's game clock. I think overall I was very impressed with Keon Neek defensively, because even though Keon wasn't really getting a lot of minutes tonight, he made his impact on the floor again by just playing defense. Just like playing defense.
He's just a net positive being out there.
I agree. I agree.
I think our zone defense was incredible. I mean, we've been using the zone defense a lot this season, and in that Thunder game, you saw glimpses of it really being beneficial. You saw it in the last game, and you saw it tonight. And I thought tonight, when you have a guy like Giannis, he could drive past anyone. But when you force him to, like, because he's wide open for those middies, he hit a few, but, like, you would much rather him just, shoot a mid-range shot than get guys into foul trouble and drive to the basket and spend 30 seconds at the free throw line per attempt. I mean, I would much rather him shoot, and I think that was the Doug Christie game plan. Me and Johnny were talking about it on the last pod. We were like, are we going to throw doubles at him every time he gets the ball, or like what's he? But then the simple thing was just have the others beat us, which they did in the first. But then as shots weren't falling, that game plan really worked, and then that forced us to go out on the fast breaks, RT. So,
but then also another thing too was technical fouls play a huge role. It slows momentum shifter. Us getting to the line slows your flow down. Huge, and also Milwaukee not converting their free throws either allowed us to get back into this game. Normally, if it was on the other side, going back from 2 years ago when we were the worst free throw shooting team, it's so different because Zach LaVine, I think he is having a very underrated season so far. Not a lot of people are talking about it, but I will. He is trending very closely to that 50-40-90 club.
He's already
there.
Well, almost at the 3-point. Maybe
I think he is.
I think he was at 38% from the three going into tonight's game, but I don't know how tonight's.
Yeah, but he's at the 50-40-90 club. No, barely. He's 38% from three. But he could get there tonight.
Percentage. I think he's like 28 for 29 on the season.
Yeah, something ridiculous. He's only missed 2 free throws this season,
that's great,
including one tonight. So
great company.
Great stuff. And he probably will get to that 40%. So he's trending near that 50-40-90 club, which is not bad company through 6 games.
And that's what we want from LaVine. And we were saying this in the offseason. We're like, is Zach LaVine, like, we were saying, like, what's a good production out of a guy you're paying that much money? And we were saying at least 20, I think we said 24 to 26 points per game. Right now he's sitting at 29. Obviously it's in a 6-game sample size, but 5 out of the 6 games he scored 30 points.
He's already exceeding it, and he's 9th right now in the league in scoring.
But the thing is, he's also just so efficient. Wow, 9th?
Yeah, 9th.
Whoa.
9th.
But the efficiency is what's, like, obviously tonight, like in that fourth quarter, he went cold and was missing a lot of his open shots, but overall, he has just been so efficient. Like every time he gets the ball and he lines up the seams, I think it's going in. Like every single time. Like I'm so confident in Zach LaVine. You know how we felt about DeRozan every single time his back is to the basket in the midi? That's how I feel about LaVine every time he touches the ball. I'm like, he's gonna get his space and he's gonna find a way to score, which he's been doing at a excellent clip this year. And we just want him to keep going.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit for Zach LaVine.
Shout out to Zach LaVine. Shout out to him.
I'm gonna miss him when the time comes, we don't have him anymore.
Whether it's he walks in free agency, you just gotta enjoy it, right? It's
been a fun ride so far. 2-4, I'm loving.
Honestly,
it.
Like I will take a 2-4 record because going into this, I was like, oh boy, if we have a 5-game losing streak, then it's especially with how tough our November is, it's going to be brutal. But like I said earlier, we're not going to apologize for wins in this league, and tonight was an example of that.
No, for sure. Let's move on to the third quarter. Or actually, no, let's finish up by saying in that second, in the end of the first half, we finished 14 from 16 from the free throw line. We shot over 50% from the field, only 4 for 11 from 3, but we only had 4 turnovers, which was huge. Milwaukee, on the other hand, they were 8 for 15 from the free throw line at half. So the free throws were right there, neck and neck with us, but they were shooting it like how we used to shoot. They were barely hit 50%, which is not good at the end of the first half. But yeah, that's basically kind of how we got into this game. We're slowing the game down on their end, and they're not even capitalizing on those free throws. That's 7 points right there. That they would have been up. They would have been up 8 going in if they made their shots, but we'll take them. We'll take them, RT. Third quarter. This is where that Westbrook play happened, where he just tore up Giannis underneath the basket, and I loved it. I think that fired up everyone. That fired him up, which, I mean, because what Westbrook's been doing recently, he's getting boys involved. He's scoring on his own. He's had a couple plays where he's back down, does that 1-footer. I don't love that shot, but when it goes in, I love it.
Well, obviously he didn't shoot great tonight, but you can tell his production overall throughout this game and just his energy played such a big role throughout the rest of it. Kind of go into that third quarter. It was our best third quarter of the season.
By far.
You just and again, like we've been very critical about the Kings during their first,
especially the start of the third quarter.
Yep.
It's been bad, RT. It's been
bad,
really, really bad.
But we did something different. We just played aggressive. We went to the small ball lineup again, and we just worked with what worked at the end of the second quarter, and just attacking the rim, getting shots up, Sabonis getting involved. Westbrook and Sabonis, that pick and roll tonight was incredible.
And Schroeder and
Sabonis was incredible too.
We've been waiting for.
Yeah.
I mean, Schroeder's our main ball handler, and he finally found like a little bit of a rhythm tonight with our main center and Sabonis, and it was so great to see. But I just want to give a huge shout out to all of the coffee shops in Wisconsin and Milwaukee because thank you for energizing our boys to start the second half, because we've been going out so flat. Like the first 5-6 minutes have been like atrocious basketball. And the small sample size, but tonight we play with so much energy, and then that Russell Westbrook play happened, and then we go on a 13-0 run, and our largest lead of the night was 11, and that all happened in that third quarter. We were once down 15 at one point in the first quarter, so to go up 11, I mean, that was just fantastic. But yeah, shouts out to the caffeine, or shouts out to this coaching staff for. Oh, actually, DeMar DeRozan said in the post game, when he was talking with our friends Deuce and Mo, he was saying that we've been aware of how slow we've been coming out in that second half. So like it was like a point of emphasis to make sure that does not happen tonight. So that same conversation I think needs to happen every single halftime speech, because we cannot let that third quarter be our Achilles heel all season long. I'm glad that it stopped tonight. Let's see how it goes in the future, but at least we could celebrate that third quarter tonight, because that was
absolutely
amazing.
Absolutely,
I was amazing.
Absolutely.
I was fired up.
And I kind of want to add to that too, because I think the biggest message in that locker room, I think you can kind of tell, is it's a 0-0 game. Does not matter. Fresh half, clean it up, whatever, because that should be the message going forward, is that even if you win a first half or lose a first half, it's a 0-0 ball game in the second half. Fresh start. And I think the Kings really, really understood. I think having those 2 days off really, really was big for them, because, again, 2 days off gives you a lot of time to really prepare and really get your second half sets going. I felt like the Kings, especially Doug Christie, ran a lot of effective sets in that second half. And I think that was a big, big message to not only the team itself, I think getting that practice in, probably, running through that second half set, figuring out the defensive adjustments, how to really make sure that you're really going for it. I think that was the hugest thing too, because that played such a big role in that third quarter for us. And that's why it's been our best third quarter of the season, was adjusting all the issues that have been happening in the third quarter in previous games.
I also think, shouts out Doug Christie for going back to what he knows, that four-guard lineup. He put Westbrook back in the starting lineup going into the third quarter. He went with Cardwell to begin with, but then he goes Schroeder, Westbrook, Levine, DeRozan, and Sabonis, and it just got us off running hot. So yeah, that 13-0 run was massive. And then the eulogy came in. He had 6 points, and that 6 points was massive. That it was. Throw it up. The eulogy went crazy. But not only did the eulogy cook, Levine scored 13, so he got up to 31 points at the end of the third. Schroeder, he had 8 points in the third quarter, and at the end of the third, Westbrook already had 9 assists. So Westbrook being involved heavily in that third quarter was massive, and then we only had 1 turnover. So
again, taking care of the ball,
taking care of business,
but also forcing Milwaukee to turn the ball over too.
A ton.
That is so big.
They just looked out of rhythm ever since that first quarter.
Ever since Bobby Portis.
Ever since then.
Did this?
Don't touch the bonus there.
Yeah.
Only Shoshana could do that. Or Tiggy. Or 11. Or their third child.
Kid on the way.
No, they already have 3. I don't know what the
I don't even.
But Sabonis is dad of the year. But yeah, I mean, that third quarter was huge. I didn't write down what the score was at the end of the third, but
I can pull it up.
Either way, we played fantastic. The fact that
because we were up by like damn near double digits at one point.
I think we were up 6 going into the fourth.
Yeah, because we were up double digits during that middle of the third quarter.
Yeah, we were up 11 at the most.
At the most we were up 11, but
I think at the very end they cut.
Yeah, we cut it. Yeah, it was to 6. Yeah,
but
it was
still,
to 6.
like normally we've been struggling closing quarters, and tonight we did a great job of. I mean, still 6 is a lot worse than 11, but still, like we had the lead. We didn't. There's been many times, even in this small sample size, where we had the lead and then they cut it within 1 or 2 by the end of the quarter or at half. So I think this was a major sign. Fourth quarter. Wow. Talk about stress. I mean, we're not known for our defense, but the way we were able to contain Giannis, how Sabonis was able to guard him, the way when Westbrook got switched out onto Giannis, he was like not allowing him to get the ball. I was like, oh, the cards are in our hands to win this. Like everything is going the right way. And then obviously those technical fouls and the amount of free throws we shot. How many? We shot, I wrote it down somewhere. Oh yeah. We shot 16 free throws in the fourth quarter and made 15 of them. Sabonis, he went 7 for 8. And Sabonis has been kind of I know.
Well, he shot he's been shooting like around the 64-65% range
this
year. It's okay.
It's not like ideal for the guy to be shooting 8 free throws, being 60%, but Sabonis went 7 for 8,
which is great.
He said, Miles Turner, just watch me cook,
little bro.
Hey, so not only was the free throws insane, getting to the line 16 times in the fourth quarter. Like, when in a Kings game has that ever happened?
Never. But I think
it's like,
dude,
actually crazy.
The fact was that in that game, like both teams were in the penalty.
Yeah,
which was crazy because you thought we were talking about this. We watched the game together, and Kristo was telling me, RT, this is going to be a 3-throw game. It's going to come down to it. And
I said that with like 4 minutes left. And I'm like, yeah, that's what is panning out. And Sabonis being the guy to clutch up and make 7 for 8 is massive because he gets hacked. Like at the end of the game, he was just getting mauled out there. But I'm so glad he was able to lock in and take us to the promised land. But yeah, the free throw difference tonight, we shot 40. They shot 31. So not that much of a difference. 9 isn't crazy, but the amount that were made is they missed 11. They went 20 for 31, and we only missed 5, going 35 for 40. So if we could find a way to get that Los Angeles Lakers whistle, oh, baby. Oh, Look what could happen.
I'm looking in front of the 2001-2002 Kings poster that you have in front. If we got the Lakers whistle, that would say NBA champs on the front. Which is very true.
It's actually really sad.
It's truth.
It's truth, but it's
sad.
Oh, it's sad.
And it's just, yeah. But anyways.
Archie, talk about the fourth quarter. Like, talk about how we closed that game and just talk about it. Because that was incredible to watch. And so many plays that were like, we deserve to win it. I said it. Where's Nemanja Bjelica? Because we deserved this win.
Yes, we did.
We deserved this win.
Yes, we did. I think the biggest thing that we did was, oh my God, there was just so much. I was nervous because Kyle Kuzma was keeping them in this ball game.
No, you're right.
He kept them in this game without a question. He was keeping them in this game. He probably had one of the craziest fourth quarter games that we've seen from a potential Kings killer. He's not a Kings killer, but
no.
But he plays good against us.
He does.
I think he does.
Because he's been tied to the Kings for years. So of course he wants to like show Vivek or the ownership or whoever, the fans, like what we could have gotten. I'm still kind of happy we don't have him.
Yeah, me either.
He played incredible. I will give him his flowers. He played incredible. He had 22 points off the bench, which was because he's been having a rough past couple seasons. He's been getting, like when he first got to Milwaukee, they thought he was going to be like their third scorer. Nope. Now he has this bench role, and now like he finally had like a game where it's like, okay, Kuzma's still here. So shouts out to him, but that wasn't enough. I think we handled Giannis the correct way. The way we defended without fouling with Sabonis with 5 fouls.
Incredible.
How Giannis, I mean, because they cut it to 1 with that Miles Turner 3, and then Miles Turner almost had another 3, but the way Levine closed out to bring that double on Giannis, and he forced to throw that pass, and it hit the rim, and we secured the ball. And then Schroeder got fouled. He made his free throws. I was like, The boys were just confident. We're confident tonight. We locked in on defense at the right times. We're never going to be a great defensive team this whole year, but if we could just lock in, like kind of like how Indiana won their first playoff run, where they made the Eastern Conference
Finals, against the Celtics, right?
But they weren't a good defensive team at all. But they made timely stops, and I think if we could just kind of make timely stops, not be known for our defense, obviously with 4 guards out there, but just with effort and with a little bit of luck, I think. I don't want to say anything too much, but
no, I mean
we could squeak by and get some.
The basic big thing that I took away from this game was we won the free throw battle, and also I want to give a shout out to Sabonis in that fourth quarter.
For sure.
Huge offensive. Also, I think second chance points in that fourth quarter were massive.
I didn't mention that.
Yeah, massive because Russell Westbrook had a tip in. Sabonis was keeping that, and especially in that 5-minute mark, right, where we had 2 or 3 offensive rebounds and it finished off a tip. That killed so much time.
Crazy.
So much time off the clock. And I guarantee you, I think this game would have been a lot closer and the outcome would have been a little bit more different if it wasn't for that big rebounds from Sabonis, especially on the offensive glass.
And it came within like the final 3 minutes of the game where he was getting those extra possessions. And like he's so undersized down there with Miles Turner and Giannis and Bobby sometimes, like, but he fought, and that's what he does. Like even in the game against Utah, he's the undersized big out of Filipowski, Laurie, and Walker Kessler, and he still found a way to get those rebounds. And like this is one of those games where we just had that extra effort going in, and that's what brought us the win. Sabonis had 24 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. DeRozan finished with 29, like a very like cool 29, 10 for 19. Schroeder, shouts out Schroeder, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Levine, ice cold in the fourth, but still finished with 31 points. Westbrook, 12 points, 10 assists, 2 steals.
1 turnover. Come on.
And then the eulogy. 5 for 6 from the field.
One more time.
10 points. And then the eulogy. Okay, so RT, who is your player of the game?
I think my player of the game, wow, this is really hard. I'm going to go with 2.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Levine.
I'll allow it.
I'll go with Levine, especially in that first half, because I think this was a tale of 2 halves.
The first 3 quarters. The
tale of the first 3 quarters and then the fourth quarter. So I think my first MVP has to get it with Levine. Like I mentioned earlier, averaging 29 on 50, 40, 90 splits. Damn near.
Close.
He's probably going to get it after tonight because he did shoot over 46% from 3.
Okay.
So he has a chance of doing it. But I haven't really checked in on the last couple of games where he shot from 3, but probably has a good chance. But yeah, just him being aggressive, just getting to the line, being that 3-level scorer, getting to the line and just being reliant is so huge. But then my second MVP is going to go to the Ox himself, Domantas Sabonis.
Love that.
Because again, like we talked about in this pod earlier, him having those 2 offensive rebounds, really controlling the glass, really cleaning up a lot of those rebounding issues that he had, especially in that OKC game. And even in the Bulls game, too, he's been probably getting very criticized in the first 5 games by the national media. I think tonight really showed that Sabonis is still a very good he's still a really good player. And I think
he has been getting torched.
I think
Kings fans have been
right?
kind of torched.
And he's been torching him too. But like at the same time, I think Sabonis really kind of had that coming out party where it was like, hey, I'm still the guy. I'm still a top 30 player in this league. You're right. And I think I think that game really showed that he's still a 3-time rebounding champ in a row, and he still has it. I think that was a big Sabonis game for him, and especially in that fourth quarter. We don't win this game without Sabonis, period.
You're right. I want to give some more love to Russell Westbrook because with Malik Monk out, who was going to be that guy off the bench that was going to bring the fire? And Westbrook did that. He did it. I mean, obviously he had 12 and 10, but it was the way he just got everyone involved, and he got like that energy, like those hustle plays, the tip in, the Giannis rip down, like those type of plays is what masked not having Malik out there, because Malik obviously can provide that energy spark from the way he scores the ball with ease, by the way. But Westbrook does it in a little bit different fashion. And I think he is definitely one of my players of the game. And I think I'm going to give love to Dennis Schroeder because step slow Schro, he didn't have a good game last game. Not at all. And we were saying, should Schroeder be taking the bench spot? Should Westbrook go in? Should Monk go in? You know, like we were having those conversations about Schroeder, but then he finished with 24 points tonight, made a bunch of free throws. That 7 assists was, I mean, it's just nice to have a guy that's willing to share the ball the way he is, and then 2 steals. He had timely stops too, and big plays down the stretch. Obviously,
big plays.
We could give a reason of a player of the game to everyone tonight, because DeRozan with that 29, and then Levine, of course. I mean, everyone, top to bottom.
I think the team deserves the players of the game. It's a team effort, and especially because what was the final score? 135 to 132 or something like that.
I didn't even write it down. I was so
I think that was the 135 to 133. So
didn't even write down the score because I was so excited.
We were hyped. We won, but
we were so hyped.
We don't win this game from not a team effort. We had 4 guys score more than 22 points tonight.
But how many times have we lost a game like this?
A lot.
Where we were in Milwaukee's position, where we were the ones missing our free throws. They missed 11 tonight. Like, how many times have we been the team where we have not shot the free throws well? Where we've gone back and saying, oh, if only we did this, we would have won. If only we did that. But it's nice to be on the other side, and it's nice that we were the ones that took care of business.
I have a one that's fresh in my head that has this person's a game winner. Yeah,
ooh, but that one hurt last
year.
That
one hurt 2 years ago.
But yeah, we won't forget that. But man, that's just a great win. And now we got Denver on Monday. So this is a great win to have going into that Denver game, because obviously Jokic is kind of at the same level of Giannis, is where it's like, how do you stop him? You can't. He's just going to do what he does, but can you stop the other guys? We kind of found a way to limit Giannis. Can we limit Jokic? I don't know. But what are your, like, how are we going to go into Denver on Monday and shock the world with a win? How are we going to do that, RT?
Well, I don't think it's not only you stop Jokic, but I was watching that game against Portland on Friday. Jamal Murray has been playing incredible for the first 2 weeks of the season so far. All-star season, because especially with the format this year, it's USA versus World.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah. He's definitely
so he's going to be. He looks like a lock for the All-Star game as a reserve. But I think that's the big thing. You got to slow down Jamal Murray. You got to slow down all these other guys.
And Jamal has torched us time and time again. Aaron Gordon, he's been on a
50-point game against Golden State.
Cam Johnson hasn't really come into his own yet.
But he could scare us too.
He could scare us. Christian Brown with that new buzzed haircut, he could be a Kings killer. We could go down the line. Who else are we missing?
Jonas, big. That's a big one. Yeah,
for Jonas. And then Denver's are so deep too, where it's going to be. I'm really hoping.
Peyton Watson's on that team too.
We need Malik Monk to be
good.
To be ready
Lord,
to go.
Man,
it's going to be we're going to probably play 10, 11 guys against Denver. We're going to have to throw everything we can. I'm expecting a lot of zone coverage to kind of force them to hit the big shots.
It's been working, though.
It's been working. So I think we have to keep going at it. And Jokic,
Tim Hardaway Jr. is on this team too, dude.
Of course he is. Dude, Denver's stacked, so it's going to be tough. But if Portland could beat them, that gives me confidence. But I was watching that game, and dude, Tumani Kamara, dude, they just have some dogs on defense. So, and you know who else is playing great for Portland?
There's another one.
Keegan Murray's brother.
Yeah, Chris Murray had a great game.
Shouts out Chris
Denny Adavita had a good game too.
Of course he did, dude.
Drew Holiday, Shane Sharp. Dude, shout out to Jeremy Grant.
Everyone played good for Portland.
Game-winning free throws.
Oh yeah, we were watching that game. We were locked in on Halloween night. We were locked in on basketball, like we should be. No kids came to my house. I was locked in on NBA League.
Mine for sure did. But that was after, afterwards. And
but we're locked in, dude. But the way Portland got down on defense, it gives me.
Oh boy, they're gonna be tough.
It's gonna be hard because that type of defensive effort, I don't know if we're capable of giving what Portland can, because they're just way longer. So many more defenders on that team than us, but. I don't know. Those timely stops like we had tonight, maybe things could go in our favor. It's not going to be easy, though. I'll tell you that right now. We're not favored to win.
I got 3 keys to this game.
Breaking news. This is RT's... we got to call this something. We're going to do this after going into each episode.
I like it.
This is RT's... they do like Katie's keys to the game. We need something else. Like RT's...
Like a three and...
RT's... If you have an
yeah,
if you
drop
have a
it down in
name
the comments.
for
I
this
would love to
segment,
see it. Yeah,
because RT is going to be the one that's going to break down how we're going to win the following game, and we need a segment.
Yeah, please comment this down. But we're just going to just go with 3 points, three key points. But
RT's PowerPoint.
Yeah, PowerPoint.
RT's PowerPoint.
Ooh, I like
what's
that.
your PowerPoint?
Okay, so my PowerPoint is into 3 slides. Slide 1, win the rebounding battle. This is Jokic and Valanciunas, Aaron Gordon. These are guys that are very big.
Oh, the offensive rebounding too with Aaron Gordon. Look out for that.
Yes, watch
too.
out. That's a big one. That's a big one. Rebounding has to be important. Cleaning up on defensive rebounds, not allowing offensive rebounds, getting offensive rebounds, second chance points. I expect Sabonis. I expect even Russell Westbrook to have a big game, because Russell Westbrook, revenge game for him too.
You're right.
Yeah, revenge
they
game
didn't
for him
want
too.
to re-sign him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
we
big
got
point.
ourselves a storyline.
Oh, baby. But then, so that's number 1. Number 2, make or miss league. I think it's kind of very important. This Denver team can shoot. Jokic is such a good shooter. Jamal Murray can shoot. Aaron Gordon has evolved into this player that is so...
He could do everything.
Do everything
he
now.
Could literally do everything.
Christian Brown can hit threes. Peyton Watson can hit threes.
Christian Brown was the Kings killer last year.
Dude,
don't forget.
Crazy. Don't forget. You just kind of hope that Levine continues to shoot well. You hope that DeRozan gets to his spots. You hope that Dennis Schroeder can hit some shots, because, again, without Keegan Murray, you kind of have to rely on Zach LaVine to make a lot of your 3-point attempts. So you kind of have to try and spread the ball out. I would love to see Sabonis in some pick and pop scenarios on Monday, where he just takes his time, and what we saw last year, where he can make 2 or 3 threes in a game where it's capable. So I love to see
Jokic will give him the space.
Yeah,
Jokic will give him the space.
Jokic can.
So make him pay.
Mm-hmm. Make him pay. And then I think my other big thing too is turnover battle. That's my other one too. I think winning this game, because Denver is a very good offense. They rarely turn the ball over.
Their fast breaks are basically unstoppable. You're not
unstoppable.
You're not going to stop a Denver fast break.
No, you have to. You have to take care of the ball, and you have to force turnovers against a really, really good offense. We did tonight, where we made Giannis very uncomfortable, where we almost kind of formed the wall, and they weren't hitting these shots. They were forcing turnovers, especially in that late game. Denver, you can do the same thing with. So
that's what I'm saying.
I think this is a capable thing. You just have to kind of rinse and recycle, where you kind of have to avoid Jokic to take the ball out of his hands and force him to be only a scorer. That's another thing too.
So
extra credit.
I like that. I like making Jokic the scorer, because just thinking about our matchup with them last season, like the amount of back cuts we were getting burned on last year was driving me crazy. Like Westbrook was burning us with those the Jokic back cuts. So who's going to be that guy that's going to be making those cuts? Is it going to be Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon? That dunker spot with him is so hard to stop. But if the Kings could lock in on just getting to just not being a step slow. We don't want the team to be. We don't want step slow Kangs. If we have step slow Kangs, we're going to get burned by a lot. But if we play great team defense and cover each other's spots, I don't know, RT. The team.
Hey, you know what?
This team's full of surprises.
You know what? If Dylan Cardwell can start a game, and if he can replicate the Denver offense, and if Westbrook and Cardwell are able to do some magic on Monday night against Denver, that's all I'm going to say.
Hey, before we end, can you look up when the last time we won a road game in Denver? Because I feel
like we won one recently.
I can't remember.
Won one recently. I feel like no.
Because I remember last time we were there, Jokic hit that 75-footer on us. I remember. I'll never forget that. I feel like all teams struggle playing in Denver, but
yeah, I feel like we've beaten Denver.
What's the magnitude of us?
No, we beat them 2 years ago.
Okay. So not too bad.
We beat them 2 years ago.
Let's beat them,
because we've kind of in the Beam Team era when we had Fox, we've kind of had against we've matched up pretty well.
Point.
So we went because we beat them before the All-Star break 2 years ago.
Okay,
so
that's what I thought.
Honestly,
because I do remember when. God, that was a special year. I remember when we were being very delusional. And we're like, okay, once we beat the Warriors and we play Denver,
We have a chance.
Oh, no. I remember we were like, okay, once we beat the Warriors, and then obviously we'll take care of the Lakers because Sabonis doesn't lose to AD. Then when we play the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, we might have a chance. I remember.
It was a toss-up. Yeah.
Oh man, what a time! What a time to be a Kings fan. But that's all we have for tonight. I'm very, very, very excited for Monday. Let us know your predictions on the Kings November Gauntlet because we all know what we have ahead. But we started the month off extremely strong. I'm extremely proud of our boys tonight. RT, any closing remarks?
Wake up. It's the first win of the month. Hey. But also, if you have any comments for any of the key points for what I want to do, please leave them in the comments too. Because
also hashtag the eulogy.
Yeah, hashtag eulogy.
Drew Eubanks fans, wake up.
Christo,
he's here.
One more time.
We out. We love you.
Bang.